About the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, Abdul Carter continuing to show, okay, hey, what am I going to do next? How am I going to correct course? He's been really stacking numbers recently, getting another half sack today as the defense applied a lot of pressure on the Raiders. Yeah,
and there was a lot of talk about, you know, him off the field and on the field, not being able to start for a couple of games, and now whatever that happened, it got him into gear, and now he's starting to play like the top pick that we expect him to. 3 weeks back with sacks every week in the last 3 weeks, and you know, it just goes to show some rookies need to take a little while to get going, and Abdul Carter is well on his way to being this player that we all thought he could be.
The Giants get the win in Las Vegas, snapping a 9-game losing streak, getting scores and contribution from offense, defense, and special teams. One of the big special teams plays of the game, Deontay Banks, had a huge kickoff return for a touchdown. He's on the field with our Paul Dottino now.
95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Now, you've been doing a lot of that this year, but hadn't reached the end zone yet. What made this one different?
I really just opened up. Like, I appreciate all my blockers blocking for me. Like, it just opened up for me. And I just ran, scored.
At what point during the return did you think you had a chance to go all the way?
Oh, like, as soon as I made a cut, I seen a bunch of green, I'm out of there.
What is it about the kickoff return game that you have adapted to so quickly? Because obviously you enjoy it.
Like, really, I fell in love with football by, like, carrying the ball a little bit. Like, when I was young, I used to play a lot of running back. I used to score a lot of touchdowns. So catching the kickoff return made me feel like I'm a kid again. I fell in love with it, so it's fun for me.
What is it like for you in the special teams room? Because we hear all the time from Coach Gabriel that the guys like blocking for you because they know you got the speed and you can take it.
I really just, I guess, cool in the meeting room. Like, it's just, I'm always in the meeting room with the returner, so it's like, I just try to figure out how to hit it and just try to hit it. And today I did it.
How important is it for you to be able to contribute in that way? Because obviously the season hasn't maybe gone the way you wanted to as a cornerback.
Yep. I mean, I just try to help the offense get in the end zone. That's really my job on the kickoff return. So.
Well, it's the first Giants kickoff return for a touchdown since Amir Smith-Marset had a 100-yarder last year against the Colts.
Yeah.
You're in the history books, my friend.
Appreciate it, my
Happy New Year.
Thank you. You too. Happy holidays, y'all.
That's Tay Banks with our Paul Dottino, 95-yard kickoff return. And also got to give a little hat tip to our Giants photographers using the shutter speed with those photos out there, just showing how fast that man was moving on the return to him. I mean, you've worked in the return game early in your career as well. Just how impressive is it to be able to break that open like that?
Yeah, you know, there's not been a lot of positive talked about him this year, but so that he finally gets his opportunity and he does what he does. And just to see his excitement, it's funny to see how young these guys really are. I mean, he seemed like a little young kid out there, just got the ball and, you know, and is having a good time, and that's just what it's all about. I'm happy for him. I hope this can kind of get him back on track. You know, as a first-round draft pick, you need to, get these positive momentum going, and hopefully that'll happen for him.
Lots of positive momentum as the Giants get the win in Las Vegas. And just a reminder that guests of our post-game show receive a gift certificate to Ben and Jack's, located on 44th Street in Manhattan. From the celebrated porterhouse to finer seafood, Ben and Jack's will surpass your expectations of what a steakhouse should be. We've got more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Tyrone Tracy high-fiving some Giants fans out in Las Vegas after Big Blue gets the big W. 34-10 is the final. More to come. Stay with us on Giants Postgame Live.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford Crew Final Days.
Initiate Final Days protocol.
And just announced Final Days bonus cash. That's 1,000 bonus cash back, and that's on top of other offers.
Hurry! Built Ford tough trucks are moving fast. Ford SUV is almost gone. Built Wild Bronco family, adventure is selling quick.
Hurry in today to get a Ford F-150. Now with 0% financing, 0 down, and 0 payments for up to 90 days. Or lease for $319 a month. Only at your local Ford stores.
Risk gets a bad rap. It punishes the unprepared. The game hits hard. But those who embrace risk and translate it know it isn't the opponent, it's the opportunity. At Moody's, we break risk down. We spot the shift, because the smartest play often comes down to seeing what others don't. Moody's, decode risk, unlock opportunity.
Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right.
You gotta know when to hold 'em.
Pull them already.
Know when to fold 'em.
Know when to walk away.
Travel. Know when to run. Run.
Run, run.
He's automatic from the 40.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
And now, your NFL airmen led by
Omaha!
They've changed course.
Peyton Manning?
They're going for the beer.
Whoa!
Touchdown!
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
I shouldn't have called that audible.
Right?
What?
Huddle up, get in here. If we're in a bunch formation over here and they're coming all out blitz over there, we gotta go over the middle with it to score. It's just too risky outside.
Right. But how do we make that happen?
I don't know. That's as far as the football parallels go. But Citizens does.
Hi, Stephanie. So nice to meet you.
When it comes to your financial future, huddle up with the team you trust. For me, that's Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
Puts up a three. Bang! Bang!
That tone-setting performance, being aggressive, attacking. This is what we're used to seeing. It's what a captain does. It's what a leader does.
Time now for the player of the game, brought to you by HCL Tech, supercharging progress, the official digital transformation partner of the New York Football Giants. The player of the game, no other than Giants wide receiver Wandell Robinson. 11 catches on 14 targets, 113 yards on the day, but more importantly, captures his first 1,000-yard receiving yard season in his career. He's got 1,014 receiving yards on the year and counting. As Wandell Robinson, our player of the game. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. The Giants get the 34-10 win over the Raiders. Let's hear from the player of the game, Wandell Robinson, speaking to the media.
Wandell, congratulations. 12th player in Giants history to put up 1,000 receiving yards in a season. And by the way, you join OBJ as only the second Giant in history to put 2 90-catch seasons on the stat sheet. How does it feel?
I mean, it feels amazing. You know, I give all the credit to my coaches and my teammates. They trust and believe in me each and every week to go out there and go out there and get open. You know, so I give all the glory to them and glory to God too.
We talked during the week. There was a lot of confidence that you could get it today. You almost had it in the first half.
Yeah, I say we kind of had a point of emphasis. You know, they were playing some coverages that I was getting some one-on-one opportunities, and you know, just eventually was able to break that big one, and then from there, just had to do it all run after catch. So.
All right, before I ask you about the win, what about Jackson Dart today? Assertive, confident, great bounce back, I thought, from the Vikings game.
Yeah, I say you could tell he just knew exactly where he wanted to go with the ball each and every play. Just came in well prepared, you know, and I just think that goes to show just the work that we put in during the week and him trusting the guys.
Was he keeping track of getting you the 1,000?
I mean, he wasn't too much. It was the other guys out there on the sideline, and you know, we went back in the locker room and they were like, "You need 2," and so it was pretty exciting.
You just broke a 9-game skid. How's that feel?
I mean, it feels great, especially, you know, we got a long flight home, so it's gonna be a good flight home for us.
Happy New Year, my friend.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year.
As Paul Dottino with wide receiver Wandell Robinson. That sound brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of the New York Football Giants. Amani, great day for Wandell Robinson. Getting some history, too, as one of the Giants wide receivers who's done some big things. 80 or more receptions in a season has been done by a few receivers on back-to-back seasons. The first one, Victor Cruz.
Oh, yeah.
2011-12. Oh, we got the salsa. We're not even on cam for this one right here. Let's go.
Yeah.
I see those hips. And then Odell Beckham Jr., 2014, 15, and 16.
Yeah.
But then most recently,
there we go. That's our guy, Wandell Robinson.
Robinson.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out, Madeline, is the fact that Eli was the quarterback for both those seasons, quarterback for all 3 of these seasons. And Wandell, he had a hodgepodge of different quarterbacks, a rookie quarterback developing. Also he had Locke last year, Daniel Jones. So to have this type of production with 2 separate quarterbacks, 3 separate quarterbacks, countless different coordinators, head coaching and all the influx of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just the fact that he's done it and been productive throughout all the turmoil going around him, that says a lot about his character and says a lot about how he develops trust with different people very quickly.
Absolutely. And I mean, 92 catches on the year and counting, his first 1,000-yard season so far in his young career. I mean, Amani, you're the Giants' all-time leading wide receiver. When you, as a receiver, get to that 1,000-yard mark, how much does that mean?
It means a lot because, you look at, there's not a lot of receivers that get it every year, even though there's more games than there was in the past. It doesn't matter. The fact that you've been productive over a long period of time, an entire season, and you're putting forth every game, contributing to the team, contributing first downs, contributing moving the chains, all that gives you a really good feeling on the inside, and it shows you that the organization actually trusts you to put you out there. And then when the game's on the line, the ball's going to go in your direction, and that's what Wandell has done over the last couple seasons.
Well, and especially in this season, a season that saw the Giants' leading receiver Malik Neighbors go out with an injury that ended Neighbors' season. Wandell has really stepped up to fill that void. He talked about it earlier this week, saying, they're using me in a lot of different ways than he had been used in the past, and he's stepping into that role and getting a lot more yards per reception than he has in years past as well.
Yeah, I mean, when you are a receiver and you're able to move around, it's easier to get more balls. It's easier because the defense has to find you at every play. When you're stuck in one position, it makes it that much easier for the defense to find you every single time. And the more you can do, the longer you stick around. He seems to be getting open all the time. And when he does make plays, he gets the ball, gets upfield, and moves the chains very well. It's a great receiver in terms of moving the chains. Now you got to go from being a great Giant receiver to being a great receiver throughout the entire league.
Absolutely. And credit to his teammates, too. I think earlier this week, Wandell Robinson was asked, hey, you only need 99 yards, and he kind of giggled. Was like, cool. A lot of people have been telling me about this, but they were feeding him early. He had 97 of those in the first half, got the mark, 1,000 receiving yards on the season and counting, because we've got another game. So congrats to Wandell Robinson. And speaking of the other game, you want to gather your friends, family, or coworkers. Get some group ticket packages. They make it easy to enjoy game day together. Group ticket packages offer preferred ticket prices and the ability to purchase together in group blocks. Just scan the QR code to lock in your group tickets, get early access to the best seats, or look ahead to 2026 and get your season tickets for next year. More to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Interim head coach Mike Kafka speaks to the media next.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford Crew Final Days.
Initiate Final Days protocol. And just announced Final Days bonus cash. That's 1,000 bonus cash back, and that's on top of other offers.
Hurry! Built Ford tough trucks are moving fast. Ford SUV is almost gone. Built Wild Bronco family, adventure is selling quick.
Right now, competitive owners can lease a Ford Bronco for $229 a month for 24 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
When you donate to Tackle Kids Cancer at Hackensack Meridian Health, you're not just making a big difference, you're making a giant difference. That's why we're making a giant deal out of it.
It needs to be bigger, right?
100% of donations go to patients and their families.
Give this a spin.
Helping kids be kids. And no cause
Go deep.
is more giant than that.
Looking good.
Join me and scan to Tackle Kids Cancer today.
It was bigger on the package.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of Nutrition sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 0.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus 1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Telluride, Sorento, and Sportage vehicles.
This is the most special project I've ever done. It was like, oh my God, you're doing a Clyde book? I dove immediately in.
Who liked to run.
If you were gonna take one sports personality to create a children's book, I feel like he'd be the first one.
Clyde started calling games.
He's the Dr. Seuss of sports announcing, definitely, and sports in general. Rhymes all the time. These amazing suits that he wears, so that's why like every page is as colorful as I can make it. I'm a huge Knicks fan, I'm a huge Walt fan, and to be a part of his legacy is, I mean, mind-blowing to me.
I'm Dana Blatchford, also known as Mr. Beardo in the Giants community. I started growing my beard about 7 years ago. One day my oldest son came up to me for Halloween and said, you should start putting the spray color in your beard and see what you can come up with. I went to my first Giants game and decided to spray it blue, put an NY on it, and see what would happen. It came out great. People really dug it. I try to do my beard different every single game. It's a lot of fun. The amount of great people and good friends I've met through Giants tailgating has been unbelievable. Giants pride, baby.
Giants fans, it's Moody's. Decode risk, unlock opportunity. Learn more at moodys.com.
Great win. And really all three phases stepped up. You know, you saw plays on offense, guys like Wandell stepping up and having a great day for us when we needed them most. Huge third down conversions, big plays across the field. Our offensive line blocked their tail off in the run game and in the pass game. Really proud of how Jackson rebounded from the last couple weeks in terms of stepping up. It's not easy to win in this league, and for him to step up like that, like he did, not only throwing the ball but running the football as well. Really proud of our defense. I think held them at 63 rushing yards versus that back, who's an explosive player. Did a great job in the run game. Then had 2 turnovers, which were huge, with Bobby Okereke and Dane Belton having 2 picks. So really proud of our defense for stepping up. Had a couple critical, even down the line. Then special teams wise, I thought they played with their hair on fire. And Tay Banks had a great play right there to kind of put it away and really make a stamp on himself. And for him to learn a new position in the offseason, we asked him to do something that he really wasn't comfortable with to start and just kept on getting better and better and better. And, you could see it in practice. You can see his practice habits and how he was working, that something like that would happen. And for him to have a 95-yard touchdown return, just really cool for the kid to see that success.
Judging from the reaction in the locker room, pretty big deal. Why is that such a big deal with now one more week left to go?
You know, like I said, I think wins are hard to get in this league in general. And then for us to kind of come out here and play like they did, I'm just really proud of how our coaches coached it. They stepped up and made sure that, our guys were prepared, that our guys were ready to roll, and they came out with that intent, to really to play hard, play physical, play fast. And I'm just really excited about, the guys, because that's really who I'm thinking about. The guys have played and practiced, put in so many hours, early mornings, late nights, put in hours on their body and on their mind to get prepared for these things. And for them to see the success, that's what it's about. And, you can hear it, you can feel the enthusiasm, you can feel the excitement for those guys because of all the hard work they put in.
Mike, there was a lot of talk outside your building leading into this game about what these teams have to play for and future draft picks and things like that. I guess, did you hear that? Did you let it get into your locker room? And obviously you didn't believe in that.
Yeah, I mean, the things that we were playing for were for each other, to a man in that room and having each other's back and playing as hard as we can for each other. You get into a football locker room, it's a family. And, sometimes you have to go through the ups and downs, but you understand, you keep on plugging away, you keep on putting in the hard work, and then you'll get the result you want.
What did you see from Jackson today and the response he had after last week?
Yeah, I'm really proud of Jackson, how he stepped up for our offense and really did a good job of just controlling the game, managing the game, taking easy completions to start. And then when he had opportunities downfield, his guys worked for him and he got him the football. He did a great job with his feet, whether it was design runs or whether it was scrambles, either getting us back to the line of scrimmage or making plays with the legs and getting us first downs. So I think for him to bounce back, it was something that I think we all saw in practice and how he approached it. And then for him to come out here and do this in the game, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised in how he played, but I'm just really proud of how he responded.
Mike, obviously, as you mentioned, it's all about the players. You've always deflected it, but this is your first win as head coach. Will you have time to reflect on that a little bit later? What's your thoughts now?
Yeah.
Have any thoughts on the way off?
It's not. I'm not deflecting. I'm serious. That it's about the players and those guys to getting a win for them and for each other. And we're all in this thing together. Everyone's working hard and putting a lot of hours in because it means something to us. And to see that locker room and feel that locker room in a post game, and even during the game, you felt that energy and you felt the urgency to finish this thing off. And again, I'm just really excited and proud for him. It's going to be a fun ride, plane ride back, and then we got to get back to work.
Wandell crossed the 1,000-yard mark, and now obviously putting third of your game. For him to get to this point in his career, where he's able to have produce and be reliable as he was, the other targeting, what does it say about his growth just to get to this point for 1,000 yards?
Yeah, Wandell, we came in together, right? Like, he was our first draft class, a guy that I know and love really well, and to see him continue to grow in that position. We asked him to do, he came in primarily as a slot. We asked him to play a little bit more outside this year based on injuries, and he jumped at it. And then I think he took his craft to another level in terms of being able to play on an outside perimeter receiver, and still have the dynamic ability to play inside in the slot and create mismatches and matchup opportunities for himself. So again, to have that day, 11 catches, 113 yards, then to eclipse 1,000, what an awesome milestone for him. I know for him it's a really cool, because you saw that, and you saw this a lot of the production over the years, but that 1,000 marker is a big deal, and it's a big deal for him. And to get it, not only the way he did it with explosive plays, but to get it and also get the win, I think it's kind of just the cherry on top for him. I know he was really excited about it. I'm super proud of him.
Mike, on the Lockett touchdown in the third quarter, it looked like Deontay was a little late getting there. What did you make of the bounce back on the ensuing kickoff right after?
Yeah, I mean, it was a 14-play drive. These guys were defending every blade of grass that they could. Gino made a nice play on the scramble to find him. Tay just kind of, put that play behind him and then attacked the next play and made a huge one for us, right? And had the ability there to kind of shut it out, mentally, and really put a stamp on the game for himself. And that was a huge play in the game. I mean, I can't understate it. That was a huge play for us.
It looked like Jackson had a little bit more kind of swag and personality. Was that something you saw in practice this week, or just as the good flow of the game?
Yeah, he had a good approach to practice. It's not easy. Like, you're a young player, you're going through the ups and downs of a season, and you got to battle through that. You got to keep your mind sharp. You got to keep your mind clear, and not let other things, the outside noise, kind of bog you down. And he didn't let it affect him at all. And he's been great. He's been great for me. And you saw him just execute early in the game and just kept on taking what the defense was giving him. Then when he had opportunities downfield, he had the ability to be aggressive and stay aggressive with it. And then he let his playmakers make plays for him. And that's, I think, for him to continue to see that, to continue to grow that way, is going to be important, because there's going to be time for him that he needs to put, the Superman cape on and go make the plays. But majority of the time, it's just about operating fast. And you saw that today. And I think that was a good turning point for him.
What do you mean by he's been, if I could just quickly follow up on that, what do you mean by he's been great for you?
Just being able to talk to him, because I've been in that seat, I've been in that chair in terms of being a young quarterback, a rookie quarterback, and you see that. I've been in other experiences having to coach a young rookie quarterback and have him go through the ups and downs of a season, and those conversations sometimes aren't easy. We got to have honest, upfront conversations about things that we need to clean up, things that we're doing really well, but things that we need to solve fast, because the season is so rapid that you don't have beauty of an off season to really mature in certain ways. So everything's sped up in season. So it's just when I talk to him, we're having real conversations, upfront conversations about things we got to clean up. He's always attacked it head on, and he's always attacked it with the right approach and a growth mindset to understand he's going to get better. And any kind of coaching points we've given him, he's attacked in practice. He's attacked in the drills, his individual periods, applied to the practice. And then when you see a game like this and watch him show his footwork and the things, his processing speed up in the game, like that's why we have those things for him. And I'm proud of how he responded. And again, I'm excited for him and excited for the players.
Abdul has obviously been coming on of late. You seem to be very impactful the first half there. What do you think of this play today?
Yeah, another week for Abdul, where he's taking the right approach and the right mindset, and I think he's starting to get into a groove in terms of a player and really understanding, what are his strengths, what are his weaknesses, and how he can continue to study and attack the opponent's strengths and weaknesses. And Charlie and the defense is doing a good job of putting him in different positions to be successful. He's not just lining up on one side, and he's able to line up over the center, over the guards, and then on top of that, he's got a couple other guys that offenses have to think about, in Brian Burns and Dexter, and that is also a part of that. And he's going to get some singles, and he's going to get some opportunities one-on-one. And when they do want to go double him, now that's opportunities for Burns and Dex to have success. I'm sorry? Yeah, we kept him out. We'll get another look at how it looked on the knee. So I don't have anything full yet until we get the reports.
3 straight games with the defense has had takeaways. I guess just what have you seen with Charlie, what he's done to kind of get these guys to get those takeaways? And it seemed like for a while they were hard to find.
Yeah. Charlie's done a nice job of just honing in on things that he's comfortable with, things that the players are comfortable with, and allowing those guys to play free and fast. He's trimmed down the menu a little bit in terms of what we want to do on certain situations. I think he has a really clear plan and is able to, communicate that plan to the players and coaches very early in the week, so guys can really hone in on it and understand where my leverages are at, what gap responsibilities I'm handling, and then they're able to just kind of cut it loose and let their natural ability show.
Mike, was there anyone in the building talk to you about either how you were going to approach this game and maybe sort of the integrity of the game and this team's tanking, this team's tanking, they don't want to win, they're sitting players, you set players who are hurt, obviously, right? And did anyone have that discussion, or did you have that discussion in your head that I think, this should be played a certain way?
No, really, the only discussions we had were just how can we find a way to win and putting our players in the best position to do that. Thanks, everybody.
That sound from Giants interim head coach Mike Kafka is brought to you by Ford, the official vehicle of the New York Football Giants. Monty, we heard Kafka talking about, hey, it's hard to get, wins are hard to get in this league. Giants get a 34-10 win over the Raiders on the road. His first as interim head coach. And, at this point in the season, while a lot of fans might be monitoring draft position, we saw how happy and joyful these players look walking off the field. You know how much effort and preparation they put in and week out leading up to these games. So how important is it for this team to get that win?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, anytime you go months without winning because of the way the schedule breaks down with the bye week, it just kind of gets very hard to go into work every day. But to get that little win going into the last week of the season makes everybody feel a little bit upbeat, and it makes you feel that you've working towards something. And this is probably one of the better performances they've had all season in terms of, not a lot of penalties, what they did on third down. Jackson Dart played a very clean game. Wandell Robinson broke 1,000. The defense, really helped, and the defense is on another level right now in terms of, being consistent, not making mistakes, and not having not being a situation where they're actually hurting our team. They're actually doing a really good job on defense.
Yeah, defense applying a lot of pressure, 3 sacks on the day. Brian Burns leveling up. We heard Kafka crediting Charlie Bullen to what he's done, stepping
interceptions.
Interim defensive coordinator. Yeah, 2 interceptions on the day as well as the Giants win the turnover battle. All right, we've got more to come. We're continuing to break this one down. 34-10 is the final score. After the break, Jackson Dart to the podium on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better.
You get power.
Your attention, please. I steal the show. Yeah, now you know I'm gonna keep on dancing, so you can keep on glancing. It ain't my fault that I was made this way. I see you looking at me.
Really?
Let's go. Watch me now, attention now. Let's go. Watch me now, attention now. Let's go. Attention.
Let's start paying attention to breasts when it matters the most. Early detection for breast cancer is a game changer, and why I'm able to be here today. So let's get more women screened than ever before. Go to yourattentionplease.com and take the first step.
Current owners and lessees of an eligible competitive luxury brand vehicle get this exceptional lease offer on this 2026 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Any further thoughts?
I think I need to do more with my money. Should I still be renting?
I live with my mom.
How much should I save for my kids' tuition?
What kids?
How early is early retirement? How much is in your 401k?
All my money's in checking.
What does the K stand for?
Ben, what's on your mind?
Could I be doing more with my money?
Let's look at where you're at and talk new goals.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
Amica Insurance is proudly customer-owned. We know what keeps you going, and we work harder to protect it. Visit amica.com today.
It's that time of year when one episode turns into just one more season, and time doesn't exist until the clock strikes midnight. Wait, what time is it? It's time to finish strong. At Planet Fitness, we're not waiting for the new year to give it everything we've got. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime, and pay nothing until January 17th. Deal ends December 31st.
Let's finish strong.
Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
So, Dane, you get the 6th interception of your Giants career, and it's not like you've been around for 20 years either. The ball seems to find you. What did you see?
Just being able to play the routes, match the quarterback, look at him, read him, kind of disguise the coverage, what we're in, and being able to jump in the zone, get the ball is, like you said, what I love to do. So it was good to get it.
Turnovers seem to be coming a little bit more frequently recently as opposed to earlier in the season. Why do you think?
I just feel like we're playing faster, being able to mix things up, disguise things, being able to be on the same page and, really just everyone knows what we're doing, where we're going. The picture is changing, so I feel like everyone's working together, just disguising the picture, jumping in zones, and making plays.
How much of this defense that we're seeing now is a reflection of the personality of Charlie Bullen and how much he's connected to you guys?
Yeah, I feel like he's doing a great job. Ever since he got day one when he came in, just being able to, talk to us, encourage us, have that fire no matter what. The season happened before, but being able to, give us that fire and keep going out. So I feel like he's doing a great job leading us.
Speaking of fire, it was clear you guys had a fire today when a lot of people would question, will the team have fire? What does that say about you guys?
It says a lot. A lot of people say we had nothing to play for, but as men, as brothers, as teammates, we're going to go out there and put it on the line for each other. So that's just who we are as men. It's a image of that, and just being able to get a win is huge. No matter how it comes, a win is a win.
Dane, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
As Dane Belton with our Paul Dottino. Dane wearing the black and silver with the leather gloves against the Raiders. Very on theme, young man. We respect it. As we take a look at his numbers today with a 34-10 win against Las Vegas. Dane Belton with an interception, something he is no stranger to. We saw him doing that quite a bit in training camp. He's done that a lot during games, and credited a lot about the way that Charlie Bullen has stepped in as interim defensive coordinator and really gotten the best out of him. I've talked to several players on the defensive side of the ball that have said, you know what, he's the kind of coach that makes you want to run through the wall, wants you to show up for him. But increasing the turnover margin in the recent weeks as well has been huge for this Giants team.
Absolutely. Stopping the run, which is something that the Giants needed to do, but turning the ball over, making big plays on defense, turning defense into offense is one of the things that really, sets this team apart from before. It seems like they're playing more downhill, using their defensive line, and Abdul Carter, as he's coming, getting more experience. It's kind of changing the way that they're approaching this, and as you see, Burns get another sack as well because of that production by Abdul Carter.
Yeah, speaking of Brian Burns, he's got 16.5 sacks on the season. The career high number keeps growing after getting another 1.5 sacks today. He's speaking now. Let's send it down to Las Vegas.
Brian, you have cracked the top 5 all-time for the Giants single-season sack leaders with guys like Strahan, Lawrence Taylor, JPP. What does that mean to you? Because I know you're a very proud individual.
It means a lot, the history of, the Giants is they're known for that pass rush, like the people you just named are legendary, here and across the league. So, it means a lot. And, I'm just blessed, man. Blessed. The season was a blessing for me individually. It's not how it hasn't been going how we wanted to overall, but I can't complain individually.
I know how much losing hurts you, so how sweet is it to get a win today?
Feel damn good, boy, I tell you. Feel damn good. Just being on the winning side of things and, being able to celebrate guys like, Banks with his kick return and everything of that nature. It's a lot of fun when you're winning.
this team always has said so many respectful things about you and your work ethic, but the consistency throughout the season, it wasn't like you played 5 great games early and then fell off. How important is that for you to show everybody the consistency that you're there from start to finish?
It's very important, and, I try to, stay within the scheme. I don't want to put any of my guys in the back end in jeopardy as far as, doing my own thing to get my stats. So I try to play within the scheme and let the plays come to me. And like I said, I'm blessed, man. They've been coming to me, and I've just been capitalizing on them.
Is there one thing about Charlie Bullen that he's done in the last month or so, his personality or maybe just the way he describes things? Coach Kafka said maybe they trimmed some things back that has allowed this defense to start playing better.
For the most part, I just see he makes things simple. Charlie's very intense. He's very into the game. So, his energy, we feed off his energy because he's damn near a player at sometimes. When he see me get a sack, you'd always see him beating his chest. So you can always feed off of Charlie. So, but other than that, he's been doing a great job calling the games. He's getting real comfortable with it. So,
congrats, Brian. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
As Brian Burns with our Paul Dottino, we take a look at his numbers. A sack and a half on the day, 3 quarterback hits, a tackle and 3 assists, 16 and a half sacks on the season for Pro Bowler.
Absolutely.
Brian Burns, a well-deserved Pro Bowl nod for the linebackers. He talked about, just how much this season personally has been an incredible success for him, but more important than that is the wins that this team has together. We see how much his practice and preparation habits have kind of affected his teammates around him in a way. But what does it mean to you as a player to see somebody saying, okay, yes, this is a career season for me personally, but what matters more is what the team's success is?
Yeah, it's crazy. You look at this situation, you see how he's had a career year, but every game afterwards, if he had 2 sacks or have these big games, and he walks off the field angry. Now they win. He has a sack and a half, but he's more excited about the win. That just shows you what type of team player he is, and that shows where his real focus is. This is, at the end of the day, football is a team game, and you're only as good as your team, even though there are individual accolades, and he's going to his first Pro Bowl. So it just goes to show that these guys are really into playing and winning and not just about what their stats are.
A well-deserved Pro Bowl nod for Brian Burns, who cracks the top 5 in season sack count, 16 and a half and counting, because of course there's still one more game to be played. But we've still got a few more segments to be discussed as we continue to break this one down on Giants Postgame Live. Brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Download the all-new Giants mobile app for breaking news, exclusive videos, updated with a brand new layout, plus the Giants Shorts feed and the Pocket Game Day Ticket Holders Hub. Download it for free at the App Store or Google Play, or scan the QR code on your screen to get the Giants app today. More to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Stay with us. We're back after this quick timeout.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford Crew Final Days.
Initiate Final Days protocol.
And just announced Final Days bonus cash. That's 1,000 bonus cash back, and that's on top of other offers.
Hurry! Built Ford tough trucks are moving fast. Ford SUV is almost gone.
Built Wild Bronco family, adventure is selling quick.
Hurry in today to get a Ford F-150. Now with 0% financing, 0 down, and 0 payments for up to 90 days. Or lease for $319 a month. Only at your local Ford stores.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down.
Bro, that's the other team. And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Great fumble? That's a Hail Mayo.
Risk gets a bad rap. It punishes the unprepared. The game hits hard. But those who embrace risk and translate it know it isn't the opponent, it's the opportunity. At Moody's, we break risk down. We spot the shift, because the smartest play often comes down to seeing what others don't. Moody's, decode risk, unlock opportunity.
Progress. It can be fast. It can be slow. It can be disruptive. But one thing it can't be is stopped. While progress might seem inevitable, breakthroughs come from supercharging it, delivering business outcomes at scale, fulfilling aspirations with compassion, innovating responsibly. Whether it's day-to-day success or transformational gains, we supercharge progress to change the game.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down.
Bro, that's the other team.
And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Great fumble.
That's a Hail Mayo.
My name is Eric. I'm a lifelong Knicks fan. I'm an MTA conductor. I always wear my Knicks hat everywhere I go, always represent. I even got on my Knicks work gloves. I work the A-line right through Madison Square Garden. Bringing Knicks fans to the game is just something magical. When I know it's game night, I'm real hyped. I can't wait to get my Knicks gear and head back to the Garden, the best place in the world. Next stop is 175th Street. Let's go Knicks!
I started collecting sticks when I was about 5 years old. When they would come off the ice, I would just ask them for their stick. There was nothing like getting a stick from those players back in the day.
These are all Billy Smiths.
This stick was given to me by Mike Bossy. I really haven't counted them, but there's well over 650. These are my Stanley Cup sticks, 80, 81, 82, and 83. I recently got them all autographed. On all the years, I'm probably missing about 20 players. I would love another year because it would bring me back to those days. But if they win another cup, it's going to cost me a lot of money.
Bobby, that's your 6th career NFL interception. I'm sure every one of them has to feel good because when a defensive player gets his hands on the ball, it's a big deal.
Yes, sir. No, it felt great. I got a lot of playmaking teammates around me. Burns was disrupting all day, Roy, and obviously, you know, Paulson and Vaughn and Drew and all those guys are just affecting the pass. So just doing my part.
We see all the time that after you guys lose, how much it hurts. And you in particular, being one of the leaders on this team, you feel it. What does it feel like to get this win?
It's very gratifying. It's satisfying. We put in a lot of hard work throughout the week. Coaches game playing their ass off, and it feels good to get the result at the end of the week.
Mike Kafka just told us that he thinks that Charlie Bolin has pared some things back, maybe simplified some things on defense. You in particular have been one of the guys in the last month, I think, leading the charge of a resurging defense. Could you explain to me how that's happening?
Yeah, I thank Chuck, and I told him it's not a surprise that once he took over, I started playing my best ball. You know, he's a hell of a coach. He's a great motivator of men and people, and he's just done a great job maximizing our personnel.
All right, let me ask you about offense for a second, because Jackson Dart had a tough game against Minnesota.
Yep.
Today, that looked like the guy that everybody wanted to see.
For sure. I mean, he's got swag, he's got moxie, and he knows one game and one play doesn't define him. So we all got extreme confidence in him, and we got his back, and we knew he was going to respond the way he did.
Bobby, appreciate your time. Congrats.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Bobby, what did you say?
That's Giants linebacker Bobby Okereke with our Paul Dottino as we take a look at his numbers from today. 5 tackles, 1 pass defense, and an interception, a pivotal interception. Okereke picking off Geno Smith inside the 10, running it back 43 yards, and putting the Giants offense inside Las Vegas territory. Huge play for one of the captains of this team and one of the captains of this Giants defense. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Madeline Burke and the Super Bowl champion Amani Toomer breaking down the Week 17 win. 34-10 is the final score. We heard about Bobby saying, hey, no surprise that since Charlie Bolin has taken over at DC, I'm playing my best ball. He's really bringing out the best of him. But how much is it to be said about not just schematically, but a coach being a leader of men and inspiring a team in a way?
I mean, coaches definitely play a huge role in the success of players, but I would just say, you know, it shouldn't matter who your coach is. If you're on your job and you're focused on what you're doing, you should be able to be successful with any coach. You know, you don't need to be motivated by anybody because you should be self-motivated as a player. But, you know, there has been a change. There has been a marked change, and especially in Okereke. That interception that you talked about earlier was definitely a turning point in the game when you take a team that's going in the Las Vegas Raiders, intercept the ball, take it out to the 50-yard line about, and really take points off the board, and you're putting your offense with the short field.
And it's a great play to be made by one of the leaders of the team,
Absolutely.
Not just one of the team captains, but also the Giants nominee for Walter Payton Man of the Year, Bobby Okereke is. How important of an accolade is that as a player?
Well, I mean, I was nominated once, but never won it, so hopefully he can go there and take it home because, you know, there hasn't been much for the Giants fans to talk about this year, but hopefully we can get a NFL Man of the Year.
Absolutely. Bobby Okereke, a leader on and off the field, the Giants nominee for Walter Payton Man of the Year. We've got more to come here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. After the break, quarterback Jackson Dart. We'll hear from him and more. Stay with us.
Any further thoughts?
I think I need to do more with my money. Should I still be renting?
I live with my mom.
How much should I save for my kids' tuition?
What kids? How early is early retirement? How much is in your 401k?
All my money's in checking.
What does the K stand for?
Ben, what's on your mind?
Could I be doing more with my money?
Let's look at where you're at and talk new goals.
Make sense of your money with Citizens.
Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. Look out for these stickers to find great deals on vehicles backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty, so you can start new traditions for years to come. Get 0.9% APR for up to 60 months, plus 1,000 retail bonus cash on specially tagged 2025 Telluride, Sorrento, and Sportage vehicles.
When you donate to Tackle Kids Cancer at Hackensack Meridian Health, you're not just making a big difference, you're making a giant difference. That's why we're making a giant deal out of it.
It needs to be bigger, right?
100% of donations go to patients and their families.
Give this a spin.
Helping kids be kids. And no cause
Go deep.
is more giant than that.
Looking good.
Join me and Scan to tackle kids' cancer today.
It was bigger on the package.
And now, your NFL Ironman led by Omaha! They've changed course.
Peyton Manning?
They're going for the beer! Whoa! Touchdown!
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
I shouldn't have called that audible. Thanks. What?
Did you know women didn't have equal access to credit until 1974? We've come a long way since then. Today, women are leading financial institutions, turning the page on the past. So let's help each other. Let's lift each other up. Our voices, our dreams, and our future net worth. Let's money like a woman. 4-Leaf.
Puts up a three. Bang! Bang! Save by Shesterkin. That is awesome. Great away. Sabaticek fires. Score! Panarin keeps and scores. What a beauty. Rangers win.
Time now for today's scoring drive of the game, brought to you by Citizens. For the drive of the game, we bring you to the second quarter. 8 plays, 65 yards, 3 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock, capped by a 12-yard rushing touchdown by quarterback Jackson Dart. That was one of 2 rushing touchdowns by the quarterback. This one putting the Giants up 14-3 in the second quarter. And as a reminder, for every scoring drive this season, Citizens, the official bank of the New York Football Giants, will donate $750 to the Giants Foundation to support their work in the community. For more, let's send it down to Dart, who's speaking to Paul Dottino.
I know you're not a stats guy, so I won't quote your stats, but it was a very efficient, very productive game. How proud are you of that after coming back from a tough game against Minnesota last week?
Yeah, I was confident that, we as a team were going to bounce back and play better. I knew that I was going to play better this week, and I like the game plan. I felt like we got into a flow early and kind of just controlled the game from there on out. We were just super balanced, and it definitely felt good.
Up tempo, getting rid of the ball quick, very, very assertive, I thought, in getting that ball out. How much of that game plan really suited what you wanted to do today?
Yeah, we were kind of interested to see what they were going to be, playing on the defensive side, especially with some of their guys out, and they played a lot of soft zone, and when you have guys like Wandell and Slay and Zay and Gunner and Belly and those guys just being able to find windows in the zone, we just played really efficient. And I felt like besides the sacks that I just kind of slipped on, I just felt like we were always ahead of the sticks and just played sound football.
You ran for a couple of touchdowns, and I thought you also protected yourself extremely well. To me, it was another step forward.
Thank
you.
Well,
I thought it was another step forward in your maturity and development. How did you see it?
Yeah, I like I said, I'm going to continue to learn. I'm going to make mistakes here and there, and I'm going to bounce back from them. I'm going to have some hits that I took early on that were, that I saw as kind of unnecessary, and then you just make adjustments. And, at the same time, you got to continue to just play your game. You can't make somebody into somebody that they're not. So, I just felt like, definitely played smart and, just got away from any of the unnecessary stuff.
Got to ask you about Wandell. 1,000 yards receiving, only the 12th Giants player to ever do that in history. Did you know how close he was? Were you keeping track? Because it looked like you were trying to feed him the ball to get him there as much as you could.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's my guy. I mean, I have all the confidence in the world in him, and I know that he can beat any coverage. And he's just a guy that competes at such a high level. So when you just have that trust with a guy out there, and you can make checks on plays, to get him on, little option routes and whatnot. And I think that he's just a mismatch. And you got to see today, like, what he can do with the ball in his hand and making people miss. But I'm just really happy for him because he's a hell of a player, and he definitely deserves it.
Jackson. That's Giants quarterback Jackson Dart as we take a look at a quarterback comparison. Jackson Dart, Geno Smith. Dart with 207 yards passing, also adding 48 yards rushing and 2 rushing touchdowns. No passing touchdowns nor interceptions as the Giants get the win 34-10. Amani, we heard Dart talking about, how important it is to grow and evolve as a player. He's protecting himself. Paul Dottino asking him, hey, we saw you doing that a bit more. And Jackson Dart saying, you can't make somebody into somebody that they're not, but he wants to evolve and protect himself and play his game, but do it safely. We saw him continuing to use his legs, including in those rushing touchdowns, but also working the sideline a bit more. What did you see from him?
Yeah, I saw when the first touchdown he scored, when he got hit, I was a little bit concerned when his helmet almost flew off, but I just feel like, just like he said, he's going to make mistakes. He's going to evolve. I just want him to be open to evolving to being a safer playing quarterback. But because one of the things that made Eli Manning great wasn't the fact that, one of the facts that he was always on the field. He very rarely missed a game, not injured, and to be on the field is a big asset, especially as a quarterback, especially in this market. So one of the things that I would tell him is that was a good step forward today. Now let's keep playing a little bit safer.
Yeah, absolutely, because one of the strengths of Jackson Dart's game is his mobility, is his ability to use his legs, and you don't want to take that away from him.
Yeah.
You don't want to hamstring him in that situation.
You don't, but there are quarterbacks who play using their legs, like Josh Allen, it was somebody who just comes off my mind, or even Lamar. They play with their legs, but they do not take big shots because they look around, their eyes are always up, and they're making sure there's always a soft place to land on the ground that's not going to involve somebody hitting them in the head.
Listen, you put Jackson Dart under an X-ray, you're going to see that dog in him. He's going to be wanting to get that first down, get those chains moving. But you could see him growing and evolving and moving and say, you know what, let's live to see another down. Let's get out of bounds. Jackson Dart, great game as the Giants get the win 34-10. We're going to continue to wrap this one up and look ahead to next week, the final week of the season. Here on Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford Crew Final Days. Initiate Final Days protocol.
And just announced Final Days bonus cash. That's 1,000 bonus cash back, and that's on top of other offers.
Hurry! Built Ford tough trucks are moving fast. Ford SUV is almost gone.
Built Wild Bronco family, adventure is selling quick.
Right now, competitive owners can lease a Ford Bronco for $229 a month for 24 months. Only at your local Ford stores.
Said if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You gotta know when to hold 'em. Pull 'em already.
Know when to fold 'em.
Know when to walk away.
Travel.
Know when to run. Run, run, run!
He's automatic from the 40.
You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done.
Current owners and lessees of an eligible competitive luxury brand vehicle get this exceptional lease offer on this 2026 Cadillac Lyriq. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Dad drills. Let's go. Your kid falls asleep 1 minute, 32 seconds from home. What's the play?
Park and wait.
Quick glance. What's missing?
Emergency fruit snacks? Binky. Easy.
In-game challenge. Have you officially named a guardian?
My parents?
Doesn't count. This play needs a plan. Guardianship must be legal before it's official. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it incredibly easy. It's secure, affordable, and actually counts. Next topic. I am wide open. What do you do? Run it.
Visit trustandwill.com today and make it count.
So, there's this guy, Paul Rivera, grew up in the Bronx, made some mistakes, but eventually becomes one of those hard-working citizens who keep our city going. But he gets pulmonary fibrosis, and his only hope is a lung transplant. Why, one hospital, Montefiore Einstein, get him a new lung, and they give him a new life. Everyone in his neighborhood is like,
They give that guy a new lung or a new motor.
the story, Mr. Giamatti. Well, you ought to know, Mr. Rivera, you lived it.
Week 17 is in the books. Let's turn the page to Week 18, the next game, the final game of the 2025 NFL season for these New York Football Giants as they take on the Dallas Cowboys Sunday, January 4th at MetLife Stadium. The time to be announced. Giants-Cowboys, an NFC East rivalry matchup to put a bow on the 2025 NFL season. Welcome back to Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. Keep getting better. Madeline Burke and the Super Bowl champion Amani Toomer here to final game of the season. Giants-Cowboys. It's a game with a lot of storied history. What are you looking at in this one?
I'm looking at the Giants coming off a win, going to the offseason, winning 2 games, and also beating the Cowboys. I mean, what more do you need? There's no more motivation you need than beating the Cowboys. It's one of the greatest things that you can do as a Giant.
And it's not an easy task, especially when you got a quarterback like Dak Prescott leading the way. As we take a look at his numbers on the season, 4,482 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. What have you seen from Dak this year?
Well, he's playing really great football, but it's going to be a great test for our Giants. You know, the new upstart defense. We're going to see how well they stack up against one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Getting pressure on Dak Prescott, stifling that Cowboys offense, but also for the Giants defense to continue to stack some of the personal accolades we've seen from these guys this year.
Absolutely. There's been a lot of personal accolades, and now it's going to be a culmination and really be able to put a bow on the season against one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I'd be very excited if I'm in that locker room.
A season that hasn't gone the way a lot of these players would have liked coming into it, but quickly, what's a way that they can finish strong?
Finish strong is just, playing your best football, getting the momentum into the next season.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for hanging with us on the final NFL Sunday of the 2025 calendar year, but we've got one more NFL Sunday in the season. We'll be back with Giants Postgame Live, brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health next week after the game for the Super Bowl champion, Amani Toomer. I'm Madeline Burke. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see you next time.
You, me. Whoa! Let's go! That's it, babe. That's it. 23.
We won! We won! I can't count.
Honor to play against a pro.
That was fun.
Dang.
Great match. Great match.
Thanks.
You all right?
Done?
I thought we still had 2 more points.
No, that was it. You won on your serve.
I can't believe we won.
That was fun.
That was
You were
sick.
on fire, dude. She had some shots that were ridiculous.
You really did shine.
Yeah, Sean,
Yeah,
you have
despite not knowing what side of the court to be on,
Yeah, I like
didn't seem to phase you.
And remind us what the Bhangra is exactly. Do you want to do that one more?